Hey everybody, Coffee and Chaos here, and welcome back to episode 4 of our Let's Play series of Anno 1800, and I just have to take a moment to shout out to you guys. Over the last 10 days with the first 3 episodes, I now have jumped to 428 subscribers with over 5,000 views in those first 3 episodes, and so I just have to throw a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed, everybody who has liked and commented and been talking to me. It's been so great to see your reaction and to have that support from you guys. So just wanted to let everybody know I really appreciate it. It's been great to see, and it's been a lot of fun. So last episode we left off, first 3 episodes I will say one thing. It's been a rush. The one thing I know when you're playing with medium or higher AIs is they will rush to secure islands, and as such I have been doing the same. So I do want to get to a point where we're not rushing, and also there's another little issue coming up. Today it is currently September 8th, and Empire of the Skies drops on the 20th. So I'm actually doing some extra night recordings. I'm going to do some recordings this weekend. For the time being, you can expect to see more episodes coming out to you over the next 2 weeks as we try and get to a point. I would love to be at the point to where we're stable enough to jump directly into the new content with the airships, because I'm genuinely excited for it. I think it's going to be very interesting to explore. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump in here, and I am going to leave things a little bit slowed down. A couple things that we have going on. Our flagship, the Phoenix, is currently en route to go to the New World, and we have our schooner, the Kraken's Call, is currently on its way to Mbesa. So 2 expeditions that we have to get knocked out. Land of Lions, I guess I should say, the Land of Lions, but it is Mbesa is the region. So while they're on their way doing that, we do have one more quest that we're going to have to get unlocked, and I think... Oh, interesting. Do I already have...
Have you heard the expression, a stitch in time saves 9?
Oh, I have actually unlocked the quest to sail to Sir Archie Blake's warehouse, and I don't remember, was I doing this already? No, that's on a trade route to bring us more steel beams. Did I have another schooner on the way? I don't remember.
Schooner reporting.
What are you doing? This one might actually be on his way. Yes, okay. I forgot what I did in the last episode, so it's been a few days. Another thing I've been putting some thought into, I would like to clean up a few of the islands and some of the things that I've done on them. So we're going to do a couple of quick things here to ensure that we can build quickly across all of our islands and efficiently. So, first things first, let's start off with a small side island here. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure, just as a general rule... Ooh. Let's try that. I would like to have 1 lumberjack hut and 1 sawmill on every island. And we'll go ahead and set a marketplace here. We're going to go ahead and give our people fish. And we're going to give them some work clothes. Later, some of this stuff is going to be imported just to make life easier. And we'll clean this up and make this island look a lot prettier. But for now, not necessary. We're just getting the basics down. And that's all she wrote. So, soon enough, this population will go up, and we will have some people to work with. Let's see. Ooh, this is an interesting island. We've got red peppers and fur here. Right. This is an island that I established for fur. For fur. Oh, that's actually the edge. I don't strictly have to have a road on the side, but I just like doing it. I think it looks cool. Something I started doing at some point. Oh, right, this is also the island that has some clay. So, same idea. Let's see. We also only have 40 wood here. Throw that there. And eventually what I'm going to do, lumberjack huts, I'm eventually going to find a quote-unquote final place for them. Like, for example, over here in a corner is actually going to be a great place because we're definitely going to have a warehouse here for the mines, and so we could set up a sawmill there. Let's see, sawmill is producing, same idea. Let's go ahead and get a marketplace. Fishery. And get some work clothes generating. Get some sheep going. None of this costs a lot of money. And it will pay off. There we go. And on to the next one. We already have a small population here. I'm not going to mess around here just yet. I'm already doing what I really wanted to do. I have wood coming here. Great. I've got a woodcutter here. And lumberjack hut. Let's see. Or I guess a sawmill. I keep mixing up the names. I do finally have the goods I need to get these built. And let's get a fire station and a pub. We can build the last house there.
You reached a new milestone.
Yep, he reaches just fine. And we'll check here. Yeah, that's going to be fine. We're going to be able to produce plenty of goods here. Over here, Bad Glanther. Oh, yes, I would love to produce some grapes here. We've got a few mines that we can exploit. Oh, this is great. Yeah, coal. Oh, and both of our coal mines are in the same spot. Don't mind if I do. Let's see. Where is the ideal beach to set up on? I don't think this one's too bad. I kind of wonder... Yeah, we'll go for it. There we go. Yeah, connect to a few mines here. Typical wrapping of the road around the mines that I like to do. And grab from that center point there. Let's go ahead and get our town. Well, actually, we need to get the wood going. No, we can do the town first. That's fine. I always forget that the woodcutter, or getting the entire wood process started, does not require any goods. But these do. So let's do this number first. Fantastic. And oops, I did not mean to click that yet. So yeah, a lot of rapid building this episode, but it will pay off in dividends shortly. And back at Long Rock, we have our main city. So, another consideration that I've made. We have some iron here that we can exploit. We'd really want to bring in some coal here. I would very much like for our city to make all of the basic construction goods here. I think that's a good and healthy thing to do. Did I not have... Oh, I don't have it set up yet for Windows. But I do need to play around with the population here and ensure that I have enough production for all of the goods. Which I'm getting there. I would like to centralize a few productions and just clean up clean up the island, as it were. We do have extra iron there. So one thing I'm going to need is a lot of workers, and I think I might just go for it and go completely overboard. I have a lot of coal there to play with. I did get this area established really nicely. We've got 12 tons. We have quite a few more tons of wool we can exploit.
Stations.
Huh, I don't remember making a frigate. But, lo and behold. So, now that we are producing wood across all the islands, and we have a multitude of islands...
Matter of queen and country.
Ah, our ship has arrived. I will say yes. And we have now unlocked the Sunken Treasures expedition. Let's see. Everybody's pretty much seen Sunken Treasures, so we'll see the cinematic when it happens. This is the Prospero. We'll assign the Prospero to this route, so we don't have to worry about who else to take. Hunting. Let's take... Oops, not that. 50 tons of coal. And diplomacy. Do I have beer to play with? I would very much like to, but no. So perhaps I'll just bring a simple ration. And 97% morale. That's fine. Alright, he's assigned. He's going to make that happen.
Stations.
Now, as I was saying... Oh, you've got some steel. Good. It's time to establish the rest of our lands. So we've got Long Rock and Bad Glanther. Excuse me. So this is going to be wood and timber. And any excess wood and timber here will be dropped off at Long Rock. It's producing its own. If we have excess, we bring it back. Fantastic. We'll sign the halibut. Let's see. And we'll set new group. Now that we have the group, let's rename it. And it is Long Rock to Bad Glanther. Excellent. I might want one more island before we call it quits on colonizing here. Alright, same thing here. We've got Hipprith. I'm gonna go there. Wood and timber. Bring them back. The Sea Harpy. Tell you what, I'm just gonna call it wood, timber. I'm not going to assign a ship. I'll create a new group. And... whoops. Here we go. Rename. Okay, this is Long Rock to Hippreth. Alright. Do I have anything to Tenenrary? I do not. Create a route there. Wood and timber. And create new group. We already have some there. Now, one of the important things we're going to have to do on all these islands is set a limiter. Otherwise, we'll completely empty the islands of said goods, which we don't want to do. Long Rock to Tenenrary. Excellent. Did I have anything to Clayton? I do have some routes to Clayton. Do I have anything to Les Amis? No. So, wood and lumber. Again, don't have the ship for it yet. New group. And we'll do that later. Cool. And rename group. It's Long Rock to les amis. Les amis. Yes. There we go. Okay. Take a quick sip of my drink there. There's another small island down there. Not really big enough for what I want to do. I would very much like to... Oh, this is one of my favorite islands to build on as well. I think I need to take this gentleman right here with some wood, and we're going to go ahead and grab this island. And that will secure most of this northeastern corner of the map for us, and it'll give us a pretty solid basis with which to build. I do have some potatoes that I can use and supply here. Got some grain. How are we looking as far as overall supply? Now, I do have enough potatoes. The problem is, with only 30 tons of potatoes, I won't be able to supply all of the goods needs for schnapps across all of my islands. That's just not going to be entirely possible. I'd need to have several tons per island as I start to build population. Now, one thing Bad Glanther could be very good at... We have 2 iron, 2 coal. We could do all of our raw steel smelting here with our furnaces. Now, that's an idea I can get behind. What would that end up being? Just with the supplies on this island, that would be 4 furnaces. Got limestone there and a coal. Alright, let's just say we did... The reason why steel is so important is it's one resource that you can always end up short on when you start looking at doing things such as sewing machines, or you start moving towards doing some more advanced ship production, you start looking to do weapons. A lot of different things use steel. So producing the raw steel here would actually be quite the benefit. And, oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not set up a lumberjack hut. Feel free to admonish me in the comments. I very likely deserve it. Okay, so first 2 expeditions are on the way. 3rd expedition is prepared, and it's on the way. Cool. He just has to get all the way back home, load up, and move. Okay. I would like to clean up... Let's see, let's take a quick look at Clayton. That's not bad. Chestershire... Yeah, that's not bad either. It's still in line with what I want to do. So, what's the next population need that we really need to work on? Okay, we need to get more workers, and we need to supply them with their goods. Now, we can go ahead and figure that now. Sausages, not quite fulfilled. Very good. Bread. Let's get 1 more of these windmills. And we're going to need, I'll say 2 more. Okay. That has dealt us a serious blow to our workforce, but it cannot be helped. How do I want to go about this? Well, let's say we had our steel mills here, the steel works, but we don't have furnaces. If we were to build the furnaces on the other island, we would need another 400 workers, minus the 200 here. And we could use the iron on this island purely for making canned food up until we don't. And as we get our Docklands fired up, what do I need to do just this building? Ah! What do you know? We have enough goods. So, I've got the optional quest. I don't really need to do the quest for tutorials, or for Docklands. The tutorial for Docklands. I can't even speak today. We need to export 1,000 of a good to unlock the slot. Right. What's the first thing we're going to export? Well, first thing I'd like to export is going to be fish. Why fish? Well, first off, we need to unlock a few things. Export goods to unlock these. Import sausages to unlock canned food. Alright. So, we're going to trade food for food. And let's say we trade 100 of these. Next thing we really want to do doesn't look like I have enough for much of anything. Yeah, I'm short on steel. I'm just gonna have to let that sit. And we will fill up to 250 fish. Okay. Let's set some limiters here. I always want to maintain a minimum stock of 50 across the board on all of these islands. So we're going to take a minute, get this done. Don't really need a minimum stock of clay. There's not going to be any here. Alright. And I want to get everything up to worker goods on this island. I think we're going to primarily have workers here. We're not going to go beyond that. We could even make weapons here. That would be great. We might have some farmers for hops locally. And we might have some grape fields on the other side of the chasm. That could actually work out. Did that not take? There it goes. Anything else? Not for now. Cool. And we need to do the same thing across all of our islands, so let's go ahead and knock that out. Because if we do this now, we won't have to worry about it.
Competitor raised a settlement.
Now, the nice thing is, fish come from every single island, so getting enough fish to slowly haul back to our Docklands to then trade for things like canned food, sausage, other goods that might be suboptimal to make is actually really nice and fairly simple to do. In fact, that's my favorite thing, is to use fish. Use fish, upgrade the fish all the way to the top slot in the Docklands, and never have to make canned food ever again, because it truly is the bane of existence for anybody who has ever played this game. And the devs of Anno should be ashamed for that. If you have ever been frustrated with the sheer expense of setting up your canned food and the microscopic amount of money that it yields you for all of the effort put in, let me know in the comments, because I know that it is my least favorite thing to do. No, you will not simply go to press, because I will tell you what to print. And what I am saying is, Clayton is not godless. You should spend money. Bring a little more income in. That's good for everybody, right? Just a little blatant editorializing. Not a big deal. Okay. Did I miss anything? I don't think so.
Workforce shortage.
Clayton, have we done everything here? We can do the same thing here. Ooh, we can actually upgrade the harbor, as we have the goods for it. Means we will have more headroom to trade goods away, as we now have 150 tons of storage. Also, the trading post, as you upgrade it, will trade goods faster. It goes from 2 goods per second up to 3 goods per second. Or, I'm sorry, 2 tons per second to 3 tons per second. I know this is incredibly tedious, but it is very necessary to our plans for the future. Same thing down here. How are the expeditions looking? Oh, we've got things to do. Okay, Land of Lions. I'm glad I checked. We can always go back. Let's go to Al Souk. Palm-flanked arabesques. You dock at a small lively port on the northern coast. While most of your crew replenish supplies and repair the damage suffered in a recent storm, some decide to head off to explore the local souk. Streets fold and unfold into each other, bedecked in a wild array of colors and dizzyingly heady unknown scents, which so confuse your sailors that they become lost in the weave of passages. Seeing their distress, several young men in beggarly clothes offer to guide them through the maze. Shoo them off and trust your crew's instincts, or examine the ragged men to find a suitable guide. I'm going to shoo them off. We've got a bonus chance. Oh no, it is not long before your crew are hopelessly lost in the tangle of crowded streets. From all parts, merchants assail them with hopeful voices, flaunting the quality of their wares and the attractiveness of their prices in such a way that the sailors soon feel like a sloop buffeted by harsh winds. One particularly bold and smiling merchant walks up to the lead sailor. I have just the thing for you. Rare items, impossible to find elsewhere. His wares seem common enough, but perhaps he can give you directions? I can trade. I can make a choice. Look away and plod onwards. Ignore his banter and ask him for directions. Let's plod onwards. Not one to be so easily shaken off, the merchant steps into your crew's footsteps, accusingly asking them if they are aware of how rude it is to ignore someone in such a fashion. The ship's boy rounds on him angrily. Stop being a bloody pain and scram! The man's expression sours, and he steps forward and grabs the lad by the collar. Before anyone can react, your crew realize the altercation has attracted a crowd of hostile locals, some of them reaching for long knives. Oh, crap. We can seize the merchant and use him as a shield, or pay him. No amount of money is worth the lives of your crew. You know what? I think my people are going to go ahead and fight this asshole off. One of your top men leaps forward, twisting the merchant's arm violently before pulling him in front to use as a shield. There's a moment's bated silence as the surrounding cutthroats hesitate, before rushing forward with a roar of outrage. Outnumbered but well-versed in close-quarters combat, your crew throw the merchant into the charge, scattering the assailants, and promptly disarm and subdue their leaders. Cowed and bruised, the thugs slink back to the side streets as your crew operate a hasty retreat to the safety of the ship. Well, that was exciting. Let's go to the Crocodile Delta. I'm going to follow the coast. Extra rations. Now, I'm going to take a quick sip before I read this one. Okay, we have a crack in the hull. Water in the hole! The overloaded ship could go only so far with this many supplies in its belly. A series of strong waves sends the crates flying, and the boat's stomach soon explodes. Cracks pierce the hull where the cargo hit, and trickles of water pop one after the other throughout the storage space. I think this is a no-brainer. We're going to go ahead and improvise a water pump. Oh no, this joke of a pump looks like it came from the Dark Ages. As the sailors battle to have their own idea of a pump prevail over the others, they assemble a monster that does nothing more than blow bubbles. One of the cracks in the hull bursts with a spray of water, silencing the machine as the ship starts to flood. Ooh, that's a tough choice. We can throw supplies overboard, or we could seal the overflowing section. I'm going to seal the overflowing section, regardless of what or who might still be inside. Oh, we lost 4 timber. Both cargo and crew are doomed to drown in the leakage. The sailors close the hull's doors on their comrades, hushing their screams. However, there's no avoiding reopening the hull when time comes for repairs. The water flows out carrying bodies transfixed with expressions of suffocation, terror, and betrayal. Oof. Yeah, maybe not the best decision. Sorry, guys. Oh, so after that depressing series of missions, good grief. You know, I have to say, for the missions, like, the writers actually did do a good job. That was a cool little addition to this game. And we're back to the boring changing of the minimum stock on our islands. Probably could have done this off-screen, but with so many pressing issues happening all at once, I did not want to avoid this, or I didn't want to do this off-screen and then potentially not have something recorded that happens. Ooh, our ship is here.
Stations.
Yes, I'll build the trading post. Fantastic. And we'll send the Sea Harpy back. Let's go ahead and build a few more schooners with what workforce? Yeah, that's a problem. Tell you what, I will go ahead and take a few of these and pause them. Because we simply do not have the workforce for it. And we'll upgrade the warehouse to make sure that we have some throughput. We need more workers. That much is very clear, and I'm thinking that this area is eventually going to have our workforce. I also have a charcoal kiln that's somewhat in the way, and I'd like to remedy that by getting some coal from the other islands. So what I think I'm going to do, you know what, temporarily, I am setting a temporary route where I will pick up coal and drop it off here at Long Run. And again, these are temporary routes, so I'm not going to set them in the proper group because I want them to be separated, marked out for movement. So let's do that, and I'm going to go ahead and temporarily get a small warehouse, and to build a mine, I'm going to need some bricks here. Do I have a free ship? The answer to that is actually no, I do not. So I will take this ship, bring it back, load it with the bricks that I need, take it to the island, and we'll be good. Pretty soon here what I'm going to have is enough extra schooners that we'll be able to go back and use the schooners as a sort of, let's say, a builder fleet, a flotilla of ships that will carry building materials from our central island to whatever island we tend to want to build at. So we can go ahead and exploit those resources. Looks like we're well on our way to the expedition, so that's great. And now that we have this island, this is going to become our main farm island. And with a name like Arvsbin, how could you not love it? I think we definitely need a new name, so I'm going to temporarily assign this the name of Farmville. Terrible name, terrible Facebook game from the ancient days, but we're going to go with it. Let's see, let's get our... Start a marketplace, get some fish, framework knitter, have everything nice and close.
Ship constructed.
And again, not building for beauty right now so much as we are just getting it done. We'll come back and beautify this area very soon. And that's all she wrote. Let's go ahead and get our materials started here. Ooh, looks like the Land of Lion expedition has something going on. So let's check it out. Tomb Raiders, you are alone, seeking the fabled Lost Necropolis. I'm actually not going to read this entire thing, I don't think, but, let's see. So it looks like we have found, let's see, we found something. I found something. Seek a responsible person to help. Wait, I have found something, she says, and seek a responsible person to help the local museum recover it. Oh, I think I've seen this before. Her skepticism shows plainly on her face. Grave robbers are found often in these lands, and doubtless she counts you among their number. Oh, okay. Let's see. Before you can protest your innocence, several burly, sour-faced guards gather around you menacingly, or threateningly. Well, we don't want to surrender to the guards. We don't want to claim the woman's the real thief, so we'll shoot them first. Let's see. Well, looks like we've actually stopped them. The guards are still eyeing you suspiciously when you loose fire from the hip, drawing your pistols before stealing the rifles from the fallen. As bystanders scream and run for cover, you make out the figure of the young scholar moving towards a side alley. You bring rifle to elbow and fire one clean, precise warning shot over her shoulder. She freezes, then turns with slow reluctance to face you. Her choice, join you or die. Ooh. Hardly much of a choice, is it? She scowls angrily at you. Very well, but know that I would rather die than see a thief lay hands on the statue. So now we're going to go ahead and we have a very senior lecturer. Affects all residences, plus 15% workforce. Oh, sounds like it's anybody who's supplied with the university need. I wonder if the workforce bonus affects everybody. Let me know in the comments if you know. Oh, actually, oops. I guess I'm throwing her overboard. Never mind. Yeah, I'll go my own way. Hardly a challenge. We'll take a leap of faith into the water. Oof. You find yourself struggling back down the cliffside, stopping to take a drink from the water as you realize how tired you feel and decide it probably best if you rejoin the rest of the expedition. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not here to get any particular items. I'm mostly here to get to the Land of Lions. New World Expedition also has one. 7-year itch. Oh, the crew are beset by insatiable and painful itching. From lieutenants down to pigeon keepers, they twist and turn in their bunks and cannot sleep. It is affecting their capacity to carry out the most basic duties. Something must be done. Oh! Wait, so navigation? We've got multiple navigation items with a 55% chance? Find somewhere to stop and be rid of it. Let's go. Bringing contagion to port might be a bad idea. The itching is at its worst by the time the expedition reaches the bustling alien seaport, something the local authorities don't fail to notice. The harbor master's tug escorts you to quarantine. How do you escape? Oh no. Threaten them into letting you go. They don't want any trouble. A doctor comes aboard ship and goes nervously about his business. Although the atmosphere is somewhat cagey, medicines for your crew's skin conditions are provided and the expedition can continue on its way. That was an interesting one. I don't think I've ever seen that mission before. I don't think our island is able to produce maximally here, so I'll go ahead and pause these to make sure I get some wood to get some more population. Okay, you're well on your way. Going along slowly. Where's that frigate? No, we also have another schooner. Let's get 100 tons of bricks and 50 tons of wood, and then we'll go ahead and turn the trade route on after. And I'll tell you what else I could do. Now that I have this here... Whoa, I accidentally clicked off screen. Let's get sawmill up there. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and move the woodcutter. Tell you what, that actually works. In fact, I could almost do 2 of them, couldn't I? Almost, but not at all. So, we're not going to push our luck here. We're just going to do the one. Open that down there, and we could put you on this side. How about that? That works for me. And we can add decorations and whatnot later. Everything reaches? Yes, everything reaches the warehouse. Great. So, we have ensured that we have a little bit more space down here, and our woodcutters are far away from anything necessary. We have a few new ships. So, let's go ahead and add the Sea Harpy here. We'll add the Sovereign here. And the Gorgon. And I think that actually satisfies all of our islands. Great.
Stations.
Let's see. We'll need a few more. So what else do we have? Build another 7 ships. We've got plenty of influence just from population, so influence as of right now is not a concern. And we also have plenty of money, as we've had a pretty good balance for a little while, and we're getting another couple thousand every minute, so it's a good thing. Now, I would like to solve this problem. Where's the frigate? Is it here yet? Yes. First things first, we'll upgrade the trade post so we can fit everything in. Second, we'll go ahead and turn the trade route on to ensure that we get some movement, and that is using all of my free workforce on the 1 coal mine.
New orders,
So,
Admiral.
there you have it. Let's get a better look at this island. If I were going to have workers, I think I'd like to have them up here by the dock. So let's go ahead and ensure that this island will always have the goods that it needs to supply a large faction of workers. There we go. So that's a decent number of work clothes set up. We're going to have multiple fisheries, which we could have maybe on a side, like over here. There we go. Go ahead and bring that in there. We'll add warehouse over here. We definitely could use some more population. I'd like to kind of establish some of these buildings now, though. Let's move that there. Move this here. Delete that one. And we'll add a warehouse. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Ship constructed.
I do have a mine, a somewhat interesting location here. I think I might exploit that to have some properly spaced out schnapps distilleries. I like giving these things a little bit of space. They tend to not go kaboom as often. I'll put them right against the road. Now, I don't know how much spacing it takes for them to not catch each other on fire, but I seem to have had better luck in areas where I spread them out this way. So I'm just kind of operating under the belief that that actually does something. Because it works for me. Let's get a fire station started. And I think that we want to go ahead, well, I'm split between 2 locations right now. I would like to move a lot of the farming production off of this island and onto our farming island down here. Or at the very least, I'd like to make some more permanent choices. What if we retool some of these positions? I have an idea. I know, ideas are dangerous, especially when they come from me, but we're gonna run with it. I could actually do a small fence around that. Will this reach all of them? Yes! Now, all of our lumberjack huts can reach. So that's an improvement. Next thing we're going to do... move that, and move this. And we'll bring our farm for... Oh, actually, we don't need that sheep farm. Later. We've got sheep farm here, and they're bringing the wool down here. In fact, they can almost reach it. And to double check, yes, we have plenty of extra wool. Let's check our consumer goods. So we're pretty well satisfied up to farmers. Worker goods are a little bit low. We could have a little bit more soap to satisfy both our workers and our artisans. Hey, we're doing good on sewing machines. In fact, we're just barely profitable there. If I were to upgrade a few more, I'd actually get there. I will say I'm not a big fan of how I've placed some of this stuff. Oh, I did have some windows being made. See, I thought I did. What is this? Productivity. Really? Productivity is up for this? Why?
The finishing touches.
Oh, because glass is used for champagne. Okay, well that's cool. We've got plenty of extra glass now. Let's see. Do we have
Schooner reporting.
any coal being brought in? Oh, we're still building up to the 25 tons that I need in order to be able to transport. Okay, that's fine. Just going to take a little bit of time before it starts moving any coal this way. Do I have some coal stored? A little. How much steel am I using is the next question. More than what I have. I have 155 tons stored. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do something now. We're going to do... I'm just going to mark a location really quick. And let's see what we can do to add some worker homes in a somewhat secluded location. How would I make this look attractive? Okay, what if I did outside road here? We could just make some general loops, like I've done in the past. I've done some of these before, and they actually look okay. Especially for worker housing, it's actually kind of nice. And we could actually finish a section off like this. And then let's say we go ahead and delete a tree there, add a road coming in. We can add a road here. And somewhere in here, I'd very much like to bring... I'm going to have something for Marketplace, aren't I? I might actually play with what I was doing on my live stream. I found an entertaining little pattern that let me do some great decoration, and it was this right here. And that pretty much supplies everybody there. So, yeah, let's do it. So we're going to see a huge influx of farmers until we upgrade these. But I will bring these up to workers. And the other thing I'm going to go ahead and add here is Ye Old Corner Hub. I think we'll favor that corner closer to the market. And with the market square being the main focus, we'll cut these roads across, as those are going to be main crossing points over the railway. And we'll focus the rest of our support buildings for the city around this. So let's get our fire station, let's get our police station. In fact, I could have that there instead. What else? I'll do that. I'm going to add some more decorations in here. We could bring in the church. Where would the church actually satisfy our people most? Well, interestingly, it doesn't... Excuse me? Why does it not seem to... Am I crazy, or is it cutting these off? I think I might be crazy. There is a road connected here. Oh, it's because this church already has some overlap, so... Oh, I see now. The blue is going all the way out to here, so it's not... Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I will surround that with streets on all sides, and I will go ahead and add a school. Let's say we have our school on this side. We're going to go with some non-Euclidean designs. Alright, so they have everything that they could possibly want. How are we looking on consumer goods? We're doing just fine. We will soon need some more fish, so that's a concern that we can actually address right now. There you have it. And you know what, while I'm at it, I think I'd like to have some workers down here, so I think these two rows are actually going to be perfect candidates for workers. Anything that's going to be down here along the harbor. While these secluded on the side, I can leave them more as farmers. Maybe some of these neighborhoods down here I'll make workers as well. Yeah, that's not too bad. And one more. And as we get further away from the hustle and bustle, we'll move more towards farmers. Again, bear in mind, we don't have our decorations down, though we actually could do a little bit of decorating. Temperate groves are not that expensive. And we have a decent chunk of change now. And it won't be very long until we have our tourist dock up. What is it called? The visitor pier. And this will allow us to call a couple of sections complete, as it were. So, we've spent about half of our money. But you know what? I'm quite alright with that. Because it looks better. Look at that. Doesn't that look better having some trees in there? Not so barren. Fantastic. Looks like we now have some more workers, so something we could do... Oh, I can delete those extra trees I had bookmarked. Are we looking on our coal? Increasing, and we should start trading some of that back.
Fleet ready?
In fact, if I look at this... Let's look at recent trades, trade routes, and coal. Hey, we just dropped off our first 10 coal from that line. So, you know what that means. We're going to go here, and no more coal. Fantastic. We're going to keep the furnaces for now. Long term, these are going to go away. Steelworks are going to stay, though, and I would like to speed up the production of steel. How are we looking for weapons, too? We've almost got 50 tons of weapons. Weapons are going to be very important as we build coastal defenses on our islands, as if we take a quick peek here, we're a little bit behind Anne Harlow military. We're ahead of Venti, which is not surprising. We're well behind Artur, and we're well behind Karl Leonard. So, this mismatch here will mean that they are more inclined to go to war with us. So we need to make sure that we do something to prevent that. Hey, good, we're getting a nice little fleet of schooners. I would like Farmville down here. I have not set up a trade route with Farmville. So let's go ahead and create a trade route. There to there. And as always, first thing we're going to do... Here, let's just go to everything. We're going to pick up any excess wood and timber using the Mirabelle. Wood, timber, create new group, and rename group. This is now Long Rock to Farmville. Excellent. And I think that's another area that we could kind of start working on. Oh.
Wake me up when you're ready.
Let's update this. Ooh, we don't actually have the population. We do have some wood here, though. So, something I could plan on doing. Let's get a permanent location for our wood. How about right there? Let's see. And we'll bring a sawmill in. In fact, we could do so right there. That's fine. Sort of have a road on each side, a little U-shaped road. And we'll tie the mines in along this road as well. We could have some farms out here. That would be splendid. We could go ahead and bring a warehouse in. That's even better. And let's make sure all of this is tied into the main road that leads to the dock. Great. And I did establish all of our... Oh, I did not. This is a new island, so I have not established our minimum stock rule. Starting to get some fish in here, though. That's good. Oh, that's another thing that this island has that's actually really useful. Look at that. We've got 4 coal deposits. I did not catch that at first. That alone is going to make this island really handy. If we do this now, we'll never have to do it again. At least not on this island. Oh, I need to check my expeditions. I got carried away building, and I haven't done anything with expeditions yet. In fact, I think we'll go ahead and probably finish out the episode doing a couple of these. So, oh, we've got 3. So, let's start with the New World. Uh-oh. Take a quick drink here. Calico's rogues snare a merchant ship. A helpless merchant brig is being pillaged by despicable pirates. Its captain is a friend to many of your crew, who are ready to die in order to save him. The pirates answer to Calico Roberts, the last terrible pirate, but the light is dim and they have not noticed your ship. Well, fire the cannons at the pirate ship. Reward discovered. Success comes quickly. Volley after volley of ordnance so cleanly perforates the pirate hull, it is turned into alpine cheese. The surprised pirates are suddenly waving the white flag, and the skirmish is won. The merchants are thankful to see their goods returned and offer a fitting reward. Well, I'm not going to have any room for gold, and it's not going to do much for me right now, so I will go ahead and refuse. The ship is loaded down, so we can't do anything. Land of Lions. So, the Charisma Canal. The explosion scattered debris across the canal. As your helmsman carefully steers into the nascent Charisma Canal, A deafening blast ahead of you sends most of your crew sprawling across the deck. The initial shock overcome, they rush to their stations and pull the ship into a crawl, bringing it to rest mere feet away from the listing, flame-racked carcass of a ship. Doubtless it will be days before all is cleansed and navigation can resume. One of your sailors furrows their brow. Isn't it odd that there ain't no one in the water? I did my best with that accent. Odd indeed. In fact, there's no trace at all of the exploded ship's crew. An irresistible mystery. Alright, observe the wreckage. Sifting through the wreckage without endangering your crew proves to be impossible, as any net used to haul fragments up would be lacerated by the abundance of sharp debris. After an hour of trying to identify floating fragments, your crew has no choice but to dejectedly relent and turn their backs on the sinking vessel, preparing for a long wait while the authorities clear the canal. Let's try the Savannah. Let's see what's happening. Alright, and Sunken Treasures. A royal progress. It is no coincidence that the trail of roses left in Her Majesty's wake has ended in this pretty continental town. But what could have caused her to cross a narrow sea, poppy-flecked fields, and mythical river valleys? She has not simply waltzed over the ambience, for the ambience. This is the heartland of her maternal family line, and she is here with a purpose. Well, she's a queen. There must be a sign of her somewhere. A nearby castle or country residence. Of course! Eliminate all other factors, and what remains is the truth, as the sleuths say. Is that what they say? The queen would never be content to stay in town. Calculating that you are no more than 2 days behind the queen's retinue, you're able to draw a circle on a map that encompasses only a handful of suitably regal stopovers. It is now but a question of exactly which of her landed relatives she came here to visit. We'll use deduction to find out where she's visiting. Sneak upon proof it is her cousin Ernest she's visiting. While the prince's welcome is polite, his stiffness of manner alerts your suspicions. When, after tea, he gives you the freedom of the ivy-clad castle, you waste no time seeking signs she was there. You find paper on the desk in a guest bedroom impressed with quill marks and make a rubbing. A letter from the queen to her handmaid. It largely concerns itself with Ernest's handsome looks. When you raise the subject with Prince Ernest, he becomes rather twitchy. Tell him that your only wish is to help the queen. You have lost some face in royal circles. I shall tell you nothing. Nothing! Prince Ernest says curtly, exhausted by your chatter. Yet another interloper prying into her personal affairs, as so many did during the crushing confines of her youth. The queen's cousin then storms into the gardens to sulk. The next day he seems only very slightly calmer. She asked me to help trace our family tree. That is all. I will not stop you going after her in spite of your impertinence, but only because I am concerned for her welfare. There is to be a masked ball in Monoskosk. You will find her there. Alright. Eat some fish, lose a little morale, and keep on rolling. So.
Every rose has its thorns.
Looks like we are finally able to produce some extra goods here. Workflows are slowly building up. That's satisfying our people, and population's going up. Great. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and build a couple more of those. I don't necessarily need you or you, so those can go. Oh, Farmville, what will we do here? No, I think that's rather obvious, isn't it? I think the very first thing we're going to do here is make sure we have enough potatoes that we can back off a little bit on the potato production back at home. Can I add a few more? Yeah. And again, for anybody who is asking, there have been a lot of people who have mentioned that they didn't know that they could add more fields. All I'm doing when I build these, I'll actually go ahead and lay this out now. You go ahead and build your fields like normal, but instead of just clicking and dragging and then leaving it, you hold shift and suddenly you can build more fields. And you can hold shift and either click singly or click multiple times. Or click and drag, as it were. So, little something for you if you were wondering.
Ship constructed.
Okay, some potatoes there. That won't quite reach. Maybe what I will do... I'll put a small
There aren't enough of us.
garden fence here eventually. Oh, oops. I am getting ahead of myself with too many farms. Mostly I wanted to blueprint these and just get them into place. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that I don't necessarily need to build these right now. Can't quite build that many fields. And we'll run a road down there. So, how are we looking on our expeditions? It's probably going to be a minute before anything else happens, so... we're going to go ahead and prepare for the next episode. I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to record the next episode immediately after this one, but let me know in the comments of this video or the next video, do you actually like the narration of the expeditions that we do? Or would you rather I just go ahead and click through them and get back to other content? I don't know how much fun it is for people to hear me reading things. I don't know if you enjoy it. I don't know if my inflection is worthwhile. So I will let you tell me. And again, thank you so much for all the support because it really makes this worthwhile. We're so close to getting our 1,000 subscriber goal, which is amazing. And so be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you would like to support the channel. That's the best way you can help me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.